Alright, so right here. Now, I wasn't sure, like I'm not sure if you can get proof of Pegasus on your phone, but I'm trying. I've certainly figured I'd try. So, I just reset this, it's an iPhone 11. I reset it and did a full flash, full deep recovery, like reset the whole device to factory settings and erase everything on the phone 3 different times, okay? And each time, the first 2 times, I kept getting analytic data. Analytic data would pop up, right? Um, and every time, and it shouldn't have. There's no Apple ID attached to it, nothing. But then, so then I decided to record the screen, and I recorded the screen doing it. So the third time, no analytic data would pop up, and it was weird. It's the first time I've ever done that where no analytic data popped up. So I knew if Pegasus is on there, it's just waiting to, to install the payload, right? Or whatever. So I pulled up the log, and I did other shit, right? But I pulled up the real-time log. I just paused this, okay? But I went to restart the computer to reset the network settings because the network just stopped working completely. It just completely stopped working. And I'm guessing it's because of Pegasus, because it captured it. Look, so I did, and here you can search for keywords in your real-time log, right? This is what's going on that iPhone 11. I can't even see the screen because the screen is broken, okay? Completely cracked. Let me show you. This is it right here. This is an iPhone 11. The screen is completely cracked. It's plugged into the computer. It plugged into this. But I can see what's going on the screen via this this application here. So, like if I just take this here, move it out of the way, right? See, this is like the real-time screen. This is what's going on. And if I look at the details here, let's see if there's any analytic data now. Every time I've checked it, there's been nothing, okay? There's just the regular folders. Of course, it's probably not going to work now, right? There we go. Right there, there it is. See that? So this guy right here, now there was nothing here before. So this guy, I'm betting, must be, this is the analytic data that popped up due to Pegasus, because these are all empty. Okay? Now, we're going to get out of there. Oh, it's restarting. Anyway, you got to see that, that screen. So on that screen, did you see what it said in the real-time log? It literally said Pegasus configuration. It was configuring Pegasus on my iPhone. I'm sorry, but you can't tell me. There's no way you can fucking sit there and tell me that that's some other program, that that's anything other than Pegasus on my phone. And why? How is Pegasus getting put on my phone that doesn't even have anything on it? So how do they even contact it, right? How do they even contact that phone to put Pegasus on it, right? Because it already knows the phone's information. It knows, it had it saved or whatever. They have a device here within range of my local network, and that's what I've been saying. And I've been trying to capture proof of it. I've captured analytic data that showed the word Pegasus. And I found the word Pegasus, and that's when they, somebody tried to tell me, oh, that's not really Pegasus, that's some other process, right? Because to my understanding, you can't, I thought you couldn't capture evidence of Pegasus on your phone. That there's no way to capture evidence of it on your phone. Well, I'm pretty sure I just fucking did, right? And I'm not I'm no security expert. I'm not a cybersecurity expert or anything like that. I just buckled down, and I was determined, to learn and look at the data and figure out what the fuck's going on. And I still don't understand it all, but it was clear as day right there. Unless, like, I don't see how that would be somebody messing with me, right? It clearly said it was configuring Pegasus on this phone right here. On this iPhone 11, where I can't even see the fucking screen. Right? But the phone works. The phone works great, So, I'm going to unplug that son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm not, I was able to export, the log, so I have the log saved in a data file, okay, on my desktop here, so I can pull it right back up, and we can look at it together. right? What do you think? Let's look at this son of a bitch. Look, here's Lola. Lola. There she is. Lola's waiting for me to go for a walk right now, actually. She's very patiently waiting. Hi, Lola. Oh, yeah, I know. You want me to go for a walk? I put her harness on. Come here. I put her harness on, and she's being very patient. Your PC needs to be restarted? Why? I just reset the network settings completely because I have it's always worked. Okay, I've never had to do anything here. It just works fine. I didn't change anything, but all of a sudden it says that my router just has no internet. My network has no internet to it. So whatever happened here, I think I screwed up their automatic, because it's the middle of the night. It's like, well, it's now 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm doing this, so I don't think anybody's like awake sitting here messing with this. And whatever I triggered, you know what I mean? It dumped, it shut itself off, basically, I believe, the device. So it's a spoofed network, right? So if it dumped and ran, I'm not gonna have internet. I'd just be on some random spoofed network that's not, it's not connecting to the internet. I have this thing, the Wi-Fi off, but I have this hard line into my router. And my router is hard lined into my modem. So this computer, I keep the wireless off on this computer. It's just LAN cable only. And there's no reason why all of a sudden I'm not getting any internet. It says no internet. It's connected, but no internet. Oh, why? 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 It works for how long, and then all of a sudden it just says nope. So we're gonna look here, and I just saved it. Where's it at here? This is it right here. See, because if you look at the time, 7:19, 5:56 a.m. Okay, that was 10 minutes ago, basically. Right? We're gonna pull it up and it'll show you right at the top here. Okay, here let's full screen it. Okay, now look at this son bitch. Now, this was at 2:43 a.m. Okay, you see what it says right there, right? Oops. Okay, see what it says right there? Group.com.apple.pegasus configuration. Class 7, person ID 1000, path private. And then it just goes on and on and on. iPhone Springboard Pegasus, right? And it said something about picture-in-picture controller. I don't know why picture-in-picture controller would have come up. There's nothing on this fucking phone at all. I can't even see the screen. So there's nothing, you know what I mean? Zero. There's no Apple ID, no nothing. So anyway, but right here, the very top. I mean, you can't. I don't think this is this is supposed to really. I'm not meant to find this. Nobody's meant to find this. Pegasus configuration right here. Right? Tell me what else that could possibly be, if not Pegasus. Okay. And again, this is the log data from 3U Tools program on my iPhone. Pegasus, 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 Pegasus. And all I did, like I said, I did a keyword search for Pegasus. Because that way it doesn't just show you all the log information, it just gives you anything with that word in it, right? So everything in this log here says Pegasus in it. And it ends right there at 4:07 a.m. That was the last time I tried to do something here. 4:07 a.m. Picture-in-picture controller. Picture-in-picture interruption began with reason, attribution, UI locked. No. User interface locked. No. I guess UI locked. I guess that's what that means. But see, these ones, yeah. See, it says Springboard Pegasus. Springboard Pegasus, It's trying. I mean, it's on there, obviously, right? And that's a lot of files, a lot of entries. And if you look, it's what? Look at the time difference here. Started at 2:43 in the morning, and then 2:44. Then it goes what? 15 minutes basically. 14 minutes later, then 3 minutes, then 2 minutes, then boom, another 12 minutes later, right? And then it goes another 10 minutes later, 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later. It tried a few times, quite a few times, right? And then the last time it tried was 4:07 a.m. And that would be about, I think that might have been when the internet went out, I guess. I don't know. See, because this wasn't working, I guess. Obviously, right? It says UI locked. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I've seen where the gang stalkers they control your flow of information. So they'll send fake stuff to you. Like they did it to T-Loke or whatever, I think his name is, where they sent him, Nerve Girl sent him an email and made it out like he just made up a random email, like a fake scenario saying agent, agent number, whatever. And he used code words that basically would lead T-Loke to believe that that it was an email that was meant for Nerve Gorilla, giving him his mission as a gang stalker, right? And he saw the email and he bit it. He took the bait. He's like, oh look, I caught him. Well, they sent me. I don't think they meant to send this email. And it, you know what I mean? He acted like it was evidence that proves, But as soon as I seen it, I knew that Nerve Gorilla did that. That he sent him a fucking thing like a joke. Like I could see it clear as day. But I think, as a TI, you want to believe, like we all knew that, Nerve Gorilla was an agent. So any information, that would kind of prove that, you just kind of accept it without questioning it because you want it to be true, right? You want that evidence, right? You just accept it. But that's where you get kind of lax and you don't do the critical thinking, you don't ask the right questions, and you can get taken over. You can get taken for a ride basically with a stupid trick. But I don't think that this was a trick, okay? Because for one, that's a pretty elaborate trick to be able to put something into my phone so that it shows up in the real-time log as Springboard Pegasus. Like, what did they do? Rename Springboard? Either way, whether it is Pegasus or not, it's proof and evidence that somebody would have been messing with my networks. Like, how do they even have access to do that? And you know what I'm saying? So either way, this is a win for me. I believe this is a win. Who knows? Maybe I'm the first person to actually be able to catch proof of Pegasus, trying to configure itself on my phone. And so next I'm going to go out and show you the device that's next door that I believe is being used as the antenna to reach, is one of the devices anyway, at least one of the devices, to make sure they create this, like, it's like basically a quarantine zone for me, like it's probably all the neighbors that are involved. They probably all have a device in their house or, whatever, because there's a mesh network of like 5 different networks that will show up. It's like they created a perimeter around my house so that no signals can get in or out without going through their devices. You understand? And they're spoofing my internet, and I've reset the router. I've done everything I can possibly do to try to block them from doing this, and they still, they're still able to break through. Now, the only way they could do that, right? The only tool that I know of, that I'm aware of, that they can, is can defeat them all is Pegasus. Pegasus is the only thing that you cannot, there's nothing you can do to prevent against it. Nothing. It's a 0-click exploit, okay? They can just call your phone, and that's it. Just calling your phone. You don't even have to answer it. A phone call to your phone can put Pegasus on your phone. They can just send you a text message. You don't have to even look at it. You can delete it, but Pegasus is already on your phone because they sent it to your phone. That is it. So if you want to use your cell phone, right, obviously you have to make it work, right? It has to be open to the cellular network if you want phone calls, right? And it has to be open to your Wi-Fi if you want to use your Wi-Fi on your phone, right? So there's nothing you can do. Like this is huge. This is absolutely huge because it has to be criminal. It has to be a criminal because they're the intrusion on innocent people's network. That's no different than busting my door down or sitting there spying on me in my house. It's no different than coming in and fucking installing a microphone or a camera in my own house without my consent or permission or even knowledge. But it's it. I mean, Pegasus, I would say Pegasus is even worse than that. I would prefer hidden camera and microphone in my house rather than Pegasus on my network. You know what I'm saying? The implications are way worse for Pegasus being on your network. Not just on my phone, on my network, my entire network. If you control the fucking node, the final node, you control everything. So if they got control of the network, then they allow me to have internet for, so that they can steal some data. They need to steal some data. So in order for that to happen, I have to be on the internet, right? So my internet worked great, but I still believe they were spoofing it. I had like really good upload speeds, funny how that works. But I had to show you that real quick. And the log data. So I guess this is only showing, yeah. I'll have to, well, obviously I can pull it back up and plug the phone in. I can get all the data anyway. I'm sure that this is somewhere. I've been logging this data for a long time now for 3 different devices. A couple times a day, I will log all the analytic data and the real-time logs like this here, and I'll just dump them into a folder that I have on the desktop. And I never went back and looked at any of it, but I have it all backed up. I have all of this data backed up for 3 different cell phones. Okay, an iPhone 8, an iPhone 8 Plus, and an iPhone 11. So there's 3 different devices I can compare, And they've all had different versions of iOS operating system on them at different times as well. So there's lots of different variables to sift through and lots of stuff to be able to analyze the data and figure out what the hell, how they did it, Because my phone didn't ring, it can't ring, So anyway, stay tuned to see what comes next here. Until then, be good or be good at it. Peace out.